earlier it comes rather after defending the Sydney Harbour Bridge pro-Palestine protest, which they described as peaceful, and there were images of people supporting Iran's supreme leader. You know, the Albanese government has been accused of being very soft on anti-Semitism, soft on Iran, and they've now got a lot of catching up to do. What do you think, I suppose, where do they go from here?
Well, look, you're absolutely right. I mean, these demonstrations, I'm sure there are many well-meaning, if unfortunately misguided people who attend these demonstrations who think that demonstrating will somehow bring about some kind of peace in the Middle East and a Palestinian state. And of course, as we know, the Palestinians have rejected a Palestinian state ever since 1948. At least on 4 significant occasions, they've been offered a Palestinian state and rejected it. So what we've got is a history, more than 70 years of Palestinian leaders refusing to have a state. Why? Because that involves the recognition of the state of Israel, which they don't want. And if you look at the demonstrations here in Australia, who knows whether Iran has been involved in funding some of the more extreme elements of these demonstrations. The one on the Sydney Harbour Bridge, I mean, as you say, a big photograph of Khomeini being held up. We had an Islamic State flag. We had people with the Hamas triangles. We had chants about death to the IDF, etc. These are not peaceful demonstrations. These demonstrations are filled with Jewish hatred, and it's about time they stopped. I don't think the Labor government here have done nearly enough to stamp out this Jewish hatred. It's brought, great criticism on Australia throughout the world. Because of these demonstrations, the anti-Semitism in Australia, all of which has happened on the Labor government's watch. They should have done a hell of a lot more, been much tougher on the Palestinian extremists in this country, and less critical of Israel. I mean, why? It tells you everything when Western governments spend most of their time criticising Israel. When we see these demonstrations, no cause of these demonstrations for Hamas to surrender, no cause for Hamas to release the hostages. I mean, the Jewish hatred in this country, which has been allowed to fester, will stain our country forever, unfortunately, Gab.
Michael, I want to ask you about the UK. Keir Starmer is under huge pressure